Look, what we saw today was not representative of the vast bulk of New Zealanders. And so actually my message would be to them, and it would be to say thank you. Thank you for being vaccinated. Thank you for doing what it takes to look after one another. What we saw today wasn't reflective of you and of New Zealand. Oh, and no.
Have you seen an increase in threats against you from the anti-vax movement? Do you feel so?
Not. I haven't necessarily, but not necessarily would I see all of that. Yes, I do run my own social media, so of course I get a slice of that. But I'm very clear that that's not indicative of the vast bulk of New Zealanders. Now, we're at over 89% of eligible New Zealanders having had their first dose of the Pfizer vaccine. And I think they know and appreciate that we're on a road to be able to open up more, to having a bit more of that normality back. And yes, it's been a tough journey, but I think they can see that what we've done has been on behalf of everyone. And they're not coming to.
Collins said they haven't seen Parliament locked down like this in their time here. What does that say about the anti-vax movement that is causing the Parliament to be locked down?
Perhaps my recollection of some of the things we've seen here is perhaps I remember the Enough is Enough protest. I remember a very large hikoi. So look, Parliament has seen, of course, protest in its time, and it is a place where, of course, people are able to freely protest, and we value that about our democracy. That does not mean what we saw here today was in any way representative of the vast majority of New Zealanders.
Minister, why are you going to Auckland tomorrow?
Well, of course, as I said, the thing that was limiting me previously was very much the rules of the environment that I was working in day to day. Here in Parliament, it would have meant a 5-day stand down. So as soon as that was lifted, that felt like then an opportunity where I was able to do both, get to Auckland, talk with business representatives, be able to see some of the work our frontline health workers are doing, and still be able to be here to front you and to front Parliament.
What do you hope to achieve?
It will be a chance for me to see things for myself. I have been staying in touch with business leaders and representatives. I am on regular calls with our health workers, but it is something to see it for yourself as well.
Are you going to be talking to normal people?
Well, I did make a specific request. So when I am visiting with some of our business representatives, we will be doing that at a site where I'll be able to talk to the workforce. I'll also look for some other opportunities within the rules to be able to talk to other workers who have been operating at level 3. Well, they're obviously something that we've seen the need to do in the here and now, and we've applied a very careful process where we've looked at the risk profile of different workplaces and made judgments based on that. It's hard for us to know how long we'll have to use provisions like that. Of course, we all want this to be a period in our history that we don't repeat, but it is so hard to know what the future holds.
Minister, the message from the protesters today was that if nothing happens by Friday in terms of there isn't any change from the government, that they will create gridlock nationally across the country. Are you concerned at what sort of chaos that might cause if that goes?
Look, my job is to focus on our forward plan, and we are moving forward. As we see those vaccine rates rise, that gives us the ability to continue to transition. You'll see that tomorrow, of course, from Wednesday, we see retail reopen in Auckland. Because of where we're at with our vaccine rates there, our view is that we'll be in a position very soon to move into the COVID protection framework where everything then essentially reopens. So we are progressing with moving forward. Obviously, what others choose to do while we roll out that plan is a matter for them. Just to where the bells have stopped. I have got I've got a notice of motion. But very quickly.
Are you concerned that the move to mandate so widely has hardened some of the
No, look, I think ultimately relative to other countries, we've been very careful and considered. We haven't used mandates nearly as what you'll see in some of those overseas jurisdictions. Okay, I better get in the house.
Why haven't you mandated COPs?